evening to class 2021 and to our designated guests. This white coat ceremony welcomes you, our incoming medical students, to the New York State American program at the Sackler School of Medicine. The white coat is symbolic of your transition into study of medicine and into the role of a caregiver. I would like to invite now Professor Ehud Grossman to the stage.
Good afternoon and welcome to everyone. It's a great pleasure for me to welcome you to the beginning of the academic year in the American School of Medicine in Tel Aviv University. I'm happy that you choose to study medicine in Israel, and especially, of course, in our university. It is exciting to start a new track, and especially when you do it in a foreign country. You should know that you are starting a long way, and your final destination is a profession that will allow you to help others. Medicine as a profession is very prestigious, but you have also to remember that you have many options in this field. You can practice medicine with patients, you can work on preventive medicine, research, and even business. But beyond the prestige of the profession and the potential to earn money, the main issue of the profession is the ability to interact with people and help others. Although the road is long and paved with difficulties, we will try to help you and make things as easy as possible. We are aware of the particular difficulties that you have because you are in a foreign country, foreign language, different culture. Even you know Israel, you don't know exactly the culture, and we will try to do our best to help you in this matter. We are trying to encourage more interaction and relations with Israeli students, so you will be able to recognize and know better the culture of our country, and it will also help you in overcoming the initial part of acclimatization. You should also enjoy our small country and be familiar with slight different cultures. Just to let you know that our medical school is one of the leading schools in the country, of course, the first one, and overall in the international, and you should be proud that you succeed to be part of us. Your program is very important for us, and we are doing our best to give you the best education. Our goal is not only to make you successful doctors, but also to teach you manners, empathy for others, and be mensch. Professor Arnon Afek, the director of the program, with Dr. Aaron Ellen, Cheryl Shoam, Tammy, all the staff, administrative staff, will be available for you. And of course, I will also help you. Dr. Lazar, the dean in the New York office, will be available for you in New York when you come there and during the years, and when he comes to visit us in Israel. And as the dean of the faculty of medicine, I will walk you through all the periods of study and will be available for you and will make every effort to make your stay here in Israel enjoyable. I hope to see you all in 4 years from now in the graduation. I am sure that your studies here will leave you with a good taste, and you will be good ambassadors of the state of Israel in the world. I wish you all good luck, success in your new journey, and Shana Tova.
Thank you, Professor Afek. I would like to invite now Dr. Stefan Lazar, Executive Dean of the Sackler School of Medicine, New York office. He will now address the class.
Just walked in here this second and somebody said to you, who's from New York City? Who would you say? So this morning, I had about 7 or 8 meetings this morning at the university. And I put a tie in my pocket because I never, ever know if Ehud Grossman or Arnon's going to wear a tie, or today I met with the president of the university. He wasn't wearing a tie. I never know when he does. So I never took the tie out. So then I went back to my hotel, and I changed my clothes, and I said, I don't need a tie. So I come here, and Arnon Afek calls me 20 minutes ago. He said, you wearing a tie? I said, no. He said, all the students are wearing ties. I said, I wear a tie every day of my life. I'm not wearing a tie. He said, I'm on my way. I'll stop at my father's house and I'll get you a tie. So, Mr. Afek, Dr. Afek, please thank Mr. Afek. And I like the tie. Maybe I'll take it home. So, yeah. So, I just saw you taking pictures outside. Now, I'm going to say anything. I don't know that it's appropriate to say this anymore, but I'm going to say it. I don't know how many students, alumni, I go to alumni functions all the time. And you make small talk, and I always say, how did you meet your spouse? And so many times they say, on the first day of school, we met each other. So remember I said that, and that's the end of that conversation. So one of the things that the New York office does is admissions. And we work very, very hard in admissions. And we only take the very best students that we can find. And we have probably 7 or 8 interviewers around the country. We used to have 40, but we didn't. After a while, we decided that the interviewer was worse than the applicant, so we didn't. Everybody can't interview. So we reduced the number of interviewers, and we have 9 people who interview in New York City that make up the committee. And the committee meets once a month with tuna fish sandwiches for about 4 or 5 hours until we complete the number of applications of all the people who are interviewed that month. We go over every single application, every single line that you wrote. Her spelling was bad. It's crazy after a while. But we really try to choose the very best students that we can. And I am just delighted to see you because you're the product of our committee. And I'm very happy. Do you know who you are? I'll tell you who you are. There are 51 students in the first year class. There are 23 females, and there are 28 males in the class. The average age of of your class is 24. The oldest person is 31. Wow. 31, and the youngest person is 22. All of our students are from the United States or Canada, and they are either United States citizens or Canadian citizens or permanent residents. There are 4 Canadian residents in this class. We accepted, several more, but for whatever reason, it's a little smaller this year than last year. There are 35 colleges represented in this class. I'm not going to read the names of them, but it's really interesting. It's from all over the United States and Canada. In the United States, there are 14 states represented. 15 students are from the state of New York, and 16 are from the state of California. 4 students in your class have a master's degree already, in addition to a bachelor's degree. The average MCAT score is 509.2. The average MCAT score, according to the Association of American Medical Colleges, of a student who was admitted to an American school this year is 509. You are 509.2. However, However, they also told us that the average GPA of a student entering an American medical school this year is 3.89, and yours is only a 3.64. So you're right up there with the best of them, and you're in. I say this from the heart. You're in a wonderful institution. Not only will you get a marvelous education, but you're working with a marvelous staff here who doesn't treat you as a student. They treat you as a person, and they know everything about you. And every time I walk into Tammy's office, I always take a look. All the ladies are kissing everybody, men and women. So all I can say is good luck, and we're all rooting for you. If you have any questions, you can contact anybody here or contact me in New York, and we'll try to assist you with anything. All I want to say is good luck.
Thank you, Dr. Lazar. Now I'd like to present Professor Arnon Efek, Director of the New York State American Program.
You are right. I went to bring a tie just because I remember the old saying that says that I studied, I'm translating it from Hebrew, it's a free translation, that I studied from all my teacher, but from my student, I studied the most. So I learned my lesson, and from now on, I will come always wearing a tie, or please have one in my car. So nice to meet you all. Nice to see you after adaptation process to the Israeli weather. The fact that you found all your apartments and you are already ready to start your studies. 36 years ago, and it's a lot of time, long time ago, I sat like you, not in this medical school, this #1 medical school, as Professor Grossman said, but as a #2 medical school in Jerusalem, in Hadassah, and I still remember my first day of studies. It's something you will never forget through your life. It's not just because of this day, it's also because what this day means. It means you are starting a process, you are starting a road toward becoming physician, toward dedicating your life to the noble profession that was done by so many people before you, and I'm sure will continue on. And if you want to ask me what is my impression of the long pathway I took, is that I would never chosen any other profession than becoming a physician. And it's very hard. You will have to study. Sometimes will be difficult. I'm sure that you will find out that certain exams or tests or shelves and BMEs are really, really tough. It's very competitive. But I'm sure you'll do well. You do well, first of most, because of what you are. Each one of you brings with him, something which is unique. And the fact that you are all studying here together means that you can share that. You can help each other and learn from each other as well throughout your professional life here. In 4 years from now, I can tell you one thing for sure. You will become great friends, and this friendship will last throughout your life. The second thing is try a little bit to enjoy Israel. I know that you don't have enough time, but you are in a wonderful city, Tel Aviv, which was stated by many professional newspapers as probably one of the best cities in the world. So the very small amount of time you have, try to enjoy also Tel Aviv. I am not alone in this program. I have a wonderful staff with us, first from New York, represented here by Dr. Lazar, but also the other people around here, from Dr. Aaron Ellen to Cheryl Shoam, and a new addition to our program, Ayel, where are you? Wearing Chinese dress. She's joining us, like many other people who are here, part of your teachers, and we are all dedicated just to one thing, to help you fulfill your dream, to become physician and to match to the best program in the States. And we will help you. Don't worry, you do as well and even better than the classes that were before you. So, what else to tell you apart from the fact that we are not just starting your studies, but we are in approximately 2 weeks from Rosh Hashanah, the Jewish New Year Eve. And for us, it's a time of renewal, of starting everything from the beginning, of saying to the old bad things that happened the year before that they will pass away, and the new year will bring with it just peace, success, and the most important thing of all, health. Shana Tova lekulam.
Thank you, Professor Afek. I would like to invite now Dr. Aaron Allen, Deputy Director of the New York State American Program.
Okay, good evening. Welcome to Sackler. It's good to have you here. I'm sorry I wasn't able to meet you at orientation, vacation calls. I'd like to start off with an anatomy lesson. You ready? Cheryl doesn't let me teach preclinical sciences, but I asked permission. I'm going to have an anatomy lesson. Which is the more important organ in the body? You guys ready for a quiz? First day of medical school. Is it the heart or is it the mind? Trick question. Okay. Professor Grossman answers the question. He can graduate. So, obviously, for most of you, it seems like the mind is what got you here. You had to, as Dr. Lazar said, 509.2. That you had to pass up here. You will be inundated throughout medical school with more information than you thought was available. More world questions, more NBMEs, you don't even know what that is yet. More complicated problem solving, more group sessions. All of those things are put here to teach you the wonderful field of medicine, and it is wonderful. And you will be able to expand your mind and learn amounts of information that you never thought were possible. And each of you sitting here, by virtue, as Dr. Lazar said, of your acceptance, we know that you can do it. And you should know that you can do it. But tonight, we would like to induct you into our school, which is called Sackler. And in our school, we believe, and this is not only a personal opinion, this is how we work here, that the heart is the most important organ in the body. We would like to learn, teach you, help you to develop your ability to feel for your patients, for your classmates, and even for yourselves, to do introspection. Because every year when residency programs select candidates, we're often amazed at how well our students achieved. And we're often told by program directors when I meet with them in the States that it's not because of their scores that they were able to get into the programs. It's because of their character, their giving, their attitude. A Sackler student, everyone knows, is not just another offshore medical student. As the dean of the University of Kentucky told me only a year ago, he said, your students are much better than the American students. They understand about medicine. They understand how to give. They understand how to take care of people. And that indeed is what we want to teach you. Now that can go in research. You can open up your heart to the world of research. We will support you in your research endeavors. We will challenge you to learn and create things that you never thought were possible through your medical research. But that requires your heart to care. We will challenge you to learn how to interact with staff members, with attendings, with residents, with Israelis. It requires you to open your heart and understand that in order to develop yourselves as physicians, you need to develop yourselves as people. When Professor Afek mentioned about the friendship aspect, any alumni of Sackler will tell you that the most important thing that they got out of Sackler was their classmates. It is a choice that each one of you will make to join what we call the fellowship or the brotherhood or the sisterhood, as it might be, of medicine. And that means the person next to you can be your biggest asset throughout the 4 years, even if you don't feel like you have a lot in common with them. We are starting this year a brand new curriculum, where it's called Art and Science of Medicine. The people who are leading your curriculum are sitting in the back there. They are going to be guiding you through small group interactions to learn how to open your hearts to each other, to the world of medicine, to your patients. We hope that each one of you will take this challenge seriously, because this is what medicine is all about indeed. It's being able to see the sick patient, the sick child, the mother who's about to give birth, and sometimes, as one of our students wrote in her personal statement, just putting a calming hand is as effective as giving the most powerful drug. We would like you to learn that. I'll close with just a short story that I've told before here to the class, but I think it's very poignant for you. Once upon a time, there was a great rabbi who wanted to go for a particular cure to the mecca of medicine at that time, which was Vienna in Austria. And he went to the very best doctor in Vienna to ask his advice about what to do about the particular ailment of one of his congregants. And they spoke about the issue, they spoke through the mind, they spoke for many hours about what the right cure was going to be. And after they were finished and they had come to a conclusion, the rabbi turned to the doctor and he said, Herr Professor, tell me something, I have to know. When you're not treating your patients, when you're not in the clinic, what is it that you do? What makes you the best doctor in all of Vienna, the hub of the best doctors? So the professor said, it's funny you should ask, because many people have asked me that question, how did I get to be here? And I'll let you know that every moment that I have, which is not spent taking care of patients, I'm reading about medicine, I'm thinking about medicine, I'm trying to better myself in my care of my patients. And that's what makes me the very best. And then the professor turns to the rabbi and he says, Rabbi, you're the leader of hundreds and thousands of men and women. What makes you who you are? What do you do in the moments when you're not taking care of the people in your congregation? So the rabbi looks at him with a straight face and he says, actually, I'm a builder. A builder? Yes, I build bridges. So what do you mean, Rabbi? You don't look like a bridge builder. Sorry for the excuse. He says, yes, I've been working for the last 45 years on building a bridge between my mind and my heart. That's what we want you to do here. You're all intelligent. You all can do this work. We want you to learn to build that bridge between the mind and the heart. Because when you do, you'll be ready to be a Sackler graduate. Congratulations and good luck.
Thank you, Dr. Allen. Now I would like to invite Dr. Sharon Swan, Associate Program Director for Preclinical Studies.
Good evening to the class of 2021. And here we are with a pile of white coats right here on the table beside me. So my question to you is, would you trust a doctor in a t-shirt? And the answer is probably, if I ask the class of 2021, yes. And if I ask people of my generation, and perhaps that of my colleagues on the other side of the room, the answer might be a little more uncertain. If we go back to 400 BC, Hippocrates wouldn't have answered yes to that question, for the look he had in mind was a physician to be clean in person, well-dressed, and anointed with sweet-smelling unguents. Another of perhaps not his generation, but if we skip forward just a few hundred years, Galen was more moderate in his views, and he stated that clothing should be intermediate, tie or no tie, your choice. Neither luxurious, nor filthy, or too humble. But if we jump forward to today, well, we can't be too sweet-smelling in hospitals, as perfumes have been outlawed as being too allergenic for patients and staff alike. And we must use that malodorous alcohol gel that I swear I have dreams about, dozens, if not sometimes hundreds of times a day. But if we just look at the well-dressed part, well, we return to the issue of the white coat. The white coat requirement in medicine goes back just a couple of centuries, when physicians were trying to distance themselves from the snake oil sellers and such, more into the world of science. A physician's attire and their demeanor is really meant to instill trust and respect in his or her patient. But recently, within the last decade or so, decisions like the UK's policy banning ties, banning jewelry, sometimes banning manicures, has put the classic white coat in jeopardy. In fact, some doctors now refer to an amputated version of the traditional white coat. A physician named Dr. Stephanie Dancer published an article in British Medical Journal a few years ago, and the article was entitled, "Put Your Ties Back On. Scruffy doctors damage our reputation and indicate a decline in hygiene." Dr. Dancer bemoaned the scruffiness that some of you might know personally, and she noted that among the policy change of the no-tie rule, British doctors tended to be a little bit more scruffy in their appearance. And she referred to research that patients, particularly the elderly, find it hard to communicate and trust doctors who do not have a professional appearance, who are, in their opinion, more casually dressed. In fact, what's also known as the nerd factor has been shown even to influence the scores that students get in their oral exams on clinical rotations. Food for thought. But over the next 7 to 8 years, perhaps more, as we heard today in the lecture on the American medical health system, clinics, hospitals, residency programs will decide for you how you dress, whether or not you wear a tie. But I want you to consider that the white coat is also a state of mind and heart. It's helping you to differentiate your medical persona. As you don the white coat today, very shortly, in the lab in a few short weeks, and on your clinical rotation, you identify yourself as a student of medicine. You don what we sometimes call the Cloak of Confidence. And sometimes it helps you even forget a little bit about how much you don't know and still have to learn. Your white coat identifies you as a person that your patients can confide in, can trust, but it also makes demands of you. Studying medicine, I don't have to tell you, I think, is going to demand a lot of hard work on your part, on your family's part, certainly on your teacher's part. And it is very stressful, we can't deny that either. The expectations that are raised simply by donning of that white coat may sometimes seem a little bit unattainable. But when you don the white coat this evening, I urge you, even implore you, to take care of yourself. Think positively, because positive thinking has a power of its own. Be happy. Laugh. Have fun with your studies, as I hope you had today. And also have fun outside your studies. Eat mindfully. Ignore the shawarma that may replace your McDonald's standard. Cook for yourselves, for your friends, for your families. And be passionate about the work you do, the life you lead, and the people you love. Good luck to you all.
Thank you, Dr. Swan. Now I'd like to present Tammy Lipkin-Tour, Administrative Director and Registrar of the New York State American Program. You really clean up nicely. Well, you made it through orientation. The rest of medical school is going to be really a breeze now. We would like to welcome you again. And Dr. Lazar mentioned that many alumni remember that they met their spouse at medical school. Every year we have 1 or 2 Sackler babies. No pressure, no pressure. No, I'm kidding, I'm kidding.
I think this is a very important and exciting day, a beginning of an amazing journey here at Sackler. Look around at your classmates and your friends sitting next to you. They will become your family and your best friends, truly. It is an experience like not many medical students get to experience when they go to medical schools in the US. We wish you all the best. We know it's not easy. Remember that we are here for you on your bad days, on your mediocre days. We would love to know of your good days. We wish you all the best and welcome.
Thank you, Tammy. Now I invite Cornelia Ronell from the Student Affairs Office to hand out the white coats and to assist Dr. Stefan Lazar, Professor Arnon Efek, and Tammy Lipkin-Sur. Okay. Okay. Students in the first row, please rise and come onto the stage as your names are called. Daniel Agarkov. Gali Al-Khadaf. Joshua Arnold. Eyal Ben David. Nathanael Barochov. Dennis Boyle. Abigail Brooks. Lakota Cleaver. Erica Cohen-Mer. Olivia de Villers. Yoram Ibrahimi. Dvora Eisenberg. Students in the second row, please rise and come onto the stage as your names are called. Binyamin Fait. Eli Fish. Michelle Florentine. Thank you. Madhumita Govindaswamy. Shandy Grunwald. Gennady Guralnik. Alex Halpern. Daniel Jacob Harrington. Sagi Haziza. Gabrielle Hearing. Sydney Horn. Robert Jam. Talia Kamju. Okay. Students in the third row, please rise and come onto the stage as your names are called. Amanda Katz. Oren Kodish. Eliyahu Kresh. Adam Kurnik. Kelsey Levinson. Dana Lev. Zachary Lundby. Aaron Meller. And Kia Minazaki. Tali Moore. Andrea Moraz. Nicole Nabat Korian. Jacqueline Podlipsky. Yeah, you may sit down. Students in the fourth row, please rise and come onto the stage as your names are called. Katie Parker. Kevin Rychik. Jonathan Sadeh. Brandon Schnetzer. Opal Sekler. Frederick Shachar. Lea Shapiro. Ilan Small. Ryan Eli Solimani. Nicole Taylor. Nicholas Strum. Harrison Volaski, Isaac Yao, Now for the Declaration of Geneva. Are you ready? Yeah. At the time being admitted as a member of the medical profession, I solemnly pledge to consecrate my life to the service of humanity. I will give to my teachers the respect and gratitude that they're due. I will practice my profession with conscience and dignity. The health of my patient will be my first consideration. I will respect the secrets that are confided in me even after the patient has died. I will maintain by all means in my power the honor, the noble traditions of the medical profession.
I will maintain by all means in my power the honor and the noble traditions of the medical profession.
My colleagues will be my sisters and brothers. I will not permit considerations of age, disease, or disability, creed, ethnic origin, gender, nationality, political affiliation, race, sexual orientation, social standing, or any other factor to intervene between me and my duty and my patient.
I will not permit considerations of age, disease, or disability, creed, ethnic origin, gender, nationality, political affiliation, race, sexual orientation, social standing, or any other factor to intervene between my duty and my patient.
I will maintain the utmost respect for human life. I will not use my medical knowledge to violate human rights and civil liberties, even under threat.
I will not use my medical knowledge to violate human rights and civil liberties, even under threat.
I will make these promises solemnly, freely, and upon my honor.
I make these promises solemnly, freely, and upon my honor.
Congratulations. We wish you all great success in your future, and you're welcome to the dinner outside.